Join me, won't you, as we count down my 31 favorite horror films, one review for each day in October. This is my personal opinion and it may differ from yours. This is a non-spoiler review, so sit down, strap yourself in, because tonight we're taking a look at my third favorite horror film of all time, The Descent. It took me a long time to finally watch The Descent. You see, there were 3 cave-themed movies all released around the same time. There was The Cave, The Cavern, and The Descent. All 3 were released in 2005. Technically, The Descent came out in 2006 in the United States, but still. You see, The Cave and The Cavern, they're not very good movies. And you can tell that they're not very good movies from their trailers. I remember being younger and watching the trailers and just thinking they looked like utter garbage. So when The Descent finally came out in the United States, I just thought it was a cheap ripoff of one of those stupid cave movies and disregarded it. But I was so wrong.
It's amazing, but the batteries on our lights will run out, so I suggest we keep moving.
The Descent was directed by Neil Marshall. Neil Marshall had one of the most amazing starts to his career. First, he made Dog Soldiers in 2002, and then his next film was The Descent in 2005. That's back-to-back amazing films. Seriously, Dog Soldiers missed my list by this much. It is sometimes regarded as the greatest werewolf movie of all time. And The Descent, whoo boy, let's get into it. The Descent stars 6 women who once a year like to get together and go on a wild adventure. One year they go whitewater rafting, the next they go spelunking. They are adrenaline junkies and the best of friends. Their relationships go back many years, and even though the film doesn't describe every relationship, you get a sense that there is a history. Every character is wonderfully portrayed in a real, grounded, likable way. It's wonderfully done and gives real depth to the characters. The Descent starts off fast, and it never gives you a chance to breathe. Honestly, I think it's the most complete horror movie that I can think of. The beginning hits like a truck, and it digs you deeper into every horror moment that it can. It all fits together so perfectly. The Descent, like most great horror movies, deals with something tangible and found in everyday life and everyday fears. The Descent is all about exploring caves as well as the deepest parts of ourselves. There are brilliant visual metaphors throughout the film that are masterfully constructed. The girls are exploring a cave system, and before you know it, they are in over their heads. It's a generic premise, especially for 2005, given the other stupid cave movies. But the execution is fantastic. The fear of being buried alive, the claustrophobic tight gaps, or the deep, seemingly bottomless pits they must climb over, are all basic primal fears applied beautifully in this setting. It's so real and deeply terrifying. You are so engrossed in the film that by the time the brilliant twist comes along about 50 minutes into the movie, it's just icing on the cake and can scare you on a completely different level. Like I said, It may be the most complete horror movie out there. It's truly scary and only gets better with every viewing. So, it may not be the most popular pick, so I guess you could say it's a little underground. So if you don't have a lot on your plate, you should cave in and totally watch it. And don't worry, I got some more, just wait. I dug it, and I think you will too. If you don't, it's not my fault. It's a great pick that undermines other geology horror films. What on earth am I talking about? Don't worry, these puns aren't soiled. It's like each week they get greater and greater. Oh gosh, alright. I won't make you sulfur through any more of these.